Good morning, teachers. My name is Nguyễn, Thiên, Hạnh, Trang, and my class is BKQH2103. My student ID number is 18050609.
Good morning, teachers. My name is Châu. My class is BKQA2103. My student card number is 18061189.
Now we're going to start our presentation. First, we're going to do our roleplay performance. I'm going to be roleplay B, and Trang is going to be roleplay A. Let's start.
Good morning, Mom. I want to ask you a question. I need to return to Hanoi to finish my study because I checked out my old room before the Tet holiday. I would like to rent a new one. What are your thoughts?
Sweetie, I don't think that's a good idea. Renting a room can be expensive sometimes, and since you're still a student, you should learn how to save money. There are so many better options out there that you can choose from. Oh, right, your aunt is living in Hanoi right now. Why don't you come live with her?
You mean staying with relative? No way, Mom, that's going to be a bad idea. Staying at relative house or staying near relative house always causes many issues. First, there is not any privacy or private space. I'm unable to call my friend over or have a romantic days at home. Second, maybe they can be bothered by me or our relationship can be ruined because of the generation gap. Finally, staying with relative will not help me to learn the necessary social skill.
I understand your concerns. Of course, it's going to get inconvenient sometimes, but you have to know that that is the most reasonable option. Well, how about staying in the dormitory then? There's one near your university.
Well, I see many of my friends staying in the dormitories, so that may be a good option. What may be better than renting a room, Mom?
First, you can just walk to class easily. Not only does it save your time, but also money. You don't have to drive or go by a bus. Save that gas money and spend it on things you want to buy. Second, you can always return to your room between classes for some relaxation whenever you feel tired. Last but not least, it's likely that you're going to share a room with others, so the renting fee would be divided. That's so much cheaper than just renting a room by yourself. And you can also make a lot of new friends.
That's a lot of choices, isn't it? I'm not sure which one is the best choice for me right now. I think I will figure out more advantages and disadvantages of the option and will give you an answer as soon as possible.
Okay, let me know when you come to a conclusion. I will also discuss this matter with your father to figure out which might be the best option for you. Take your time and think thoroughly, okay?
Okay, see you, Mom.
Okay, now we're going to move to part two, which is the discussion performance.
Some people think it is the best for children to live in the city, while others think that life in the countryside is more suitable for them. Which place do you think is the most suitable to raise children, Cha?
In my opinion, it is better for children to grow up in a city that offers numerous advantages. First, growing up in a big city means that children can have access to a good education. Like the majority of excellent schools in our country are located in urban areas, such as Vietnam National University, which are in both Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh. Another reason why I think the city is a better environment is that children have more choices when it comes to what they want to pursue. They can either go to an art school or a gymnastics school. It is definitely beneficial for them in the long run.
I know many people choose the city as the best place to raise children because of good education, modern lifestyle. However, if you are looking for the best place to raise children, I think the countryside is also a good choice. Without pollution from the factory, you can maintain your health with a peaceful atmosphere and get many nutrients from home-grown food. Besides that, children in the countryside can be taught well with the help of technology. I think you can hardly find those in the city.
But I think the countryside has a really big downside, which is the lack of health facilities. In rural areas, medical services usually lack modern equipment and infrastructure. So in case of a serious illness, treatment may need relocating to a city with better resources. I remember when we used to live in the countryside, my brother had a really bad headache, so my father had to drive hours to the nearest medical facility. They were both exhausted when they got home.
I see what you are saying, but living in the city also had a lot of disadvantages. For example, it is more expensive to live in the city and more money will be needed to raise children. Major cities always have a higher cost of living than the countryside. You may even have additional fee, which you wouldn't have in the countryside, such as parking and laundry. Raising a child requires a variety of costs, including housing and childcare. Therefore, it is very difficult to raise children in the city, especially for low and middle class income families.
I totally understand your points of views. I guess that both areas have their own share of pros and cons, and it all depends on the perspective of the parents. Like the country is a better option for parents who want their children to enjoy life without being stressed, while a city would be an alternative for parents who want to prepare their child for life in the real world. That's all for our presentation. Thank you for listening.